If you've been looking at the astronomical prices of modern rugged off-roaders and thinking you're trapped buying a boring, generic commuter crossover, you need to see what's happening right now. There is a new wave of Boxy, hardcore 4x4s hitting the global market, and this one might just be the most aggressive wake-up call the traditional automotive giants have ever received. This is the Jetour T2. It looks like a mini Defender, promises the capability of a proper trail machine, and packs the kind of interior technology you'd normally expect from a flagship luxury vehicle. But is it a legitimate off-roader, or is it just a heavily styled city slicker wearing a tough costume? Stick around until the very end, because I am going to break down the actual capability numbers, dive deep into the Borg-Warner all-wheel drive system, and give you the exact global pricing to see if this is truly the best value-for-money adventure SUV on the planet right now. Let's get into it. Design in off-road dimensions, true rugged presence. Let's start with the styling, because this car turns heads everywhere it goes. Jetour calls this their hardcore matrix layout design, and it absolutely delivers on that boxy, retro-futuristic aesthetic. Up front, you get a massive upright grille with illuminated Jetour lettering, framed by square matrix LED headlights that look incredibly imposing. The bumpers are chunky, featuring integrated tow hooks and heavy-duty skid plates designed to take a beating. Around the back, you get the signature side-opening, expandable feature tailgate, with a square exterior storage box mounted directly to it, emphasizing that rugged, exploration DNA. But let's talk about the actual numbers, because an off-roader needs more than just a boxy shell. The T2 measures 4,785 millimeters in length with the spare tire cover, a very wide 2,006 millimeters in width, and stands 1,880 millimeters tall. It rides on a generous 2,800 millimeter wheelbase, which translates to massive stability and great interior room. When it comes to hitting the trails, the geometry is surprisingly serious. You get a minimum ground clearance of 220 millimeters. Combine that with a 39-degree approach angle, a 25-degree ramp breakover angle, and a 30-degree departure angle, and you have a machine that can comfortably conquer steep inclines and rocky obstacles without scraping its bodywork. Performance and drivetrain, Kunpeng Power and XWD. Under the hood, Jetour is utilizing what they call Kunpeng Power. For the flagship global variants, you are getting a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gasoline engine. This motor punches out 251 to 254 horsepower and a hefty 390 newton-meters of torque, available low down in the rev range between 1,750 and 4,000 revolutions per minute. Depending on your specific market, that power is sent through either a lightning-fast 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, DCT, or a heavy-duty 8-speed torque converter automatic. It gives this heavy, boxy SUV a top speed of 180 km per hour and surprisingly effortless highway passing power. In select global markets, there is also a 1.5-liter turbo front-wheel drive base option, alongside a cutting-edge IDM plug-in hybrid version that utilizes a 3-speed dedicated hybrid transmission to deliver even more torque and phenomenal fuel efficiency. But if you are buying the T2, you want the 2.0-liter four-wheel drive. This model is equipped with the advanced XWD intelligent four-wheel drive system, developed in partnership with Borg-Warner. This system operates in real time, automatically managing power between the front and rear axles in milliseconds. It features an electronic limited-slip differential at the rear bridge to lock things down when traction gets tough. You get 7 selectable driving modes to choose from, including Sport, Eco, Normal, Snow, Mud, Sand, and a dedicated X mode that lets the car intelligently figure out the terrain for you. It even comes with an intelligent creeping or crawl control mode, allowing the T2 to automatically maintain a steady, low speed over rough obstacles, so you can focus entirely on steering without slipping or getting stuck. Interior and tech. The smart cockpit experience. If the outside says tough trail machine, the inside says private luxury lounge. Jetour built this cabin with a monocoque structure, meaning it drives with the refined acoustic comfort of a premium unibody SUV rather than a noisy, bumpy body-on-frame truck. You get multi-layer acoustic silencing glass on the front doors and windshield to keep the wind noise down. The centerpiece of the cockpit is a massive 15.6-inch high-resolution floating central control screen. This isn't just a big screen running slow software, it is powered by the next-generation Qualcomm Snapdragon 8155 smart chip, making the user interface completely seamless, lag-free, and capable of handling complex multi-channel commands. It fully supports both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Right in front of the driver sits a clean 10.25-inch full LCD digital gauge cluster. The materials feel premium, featuring part fabric, part PVC, or optional premium nubuck leather upholstery, with beautiful contrast stitching. The front seats are fully power adjustable with memory functions, and they are both heated and ventilated. A major lifesaver if you live in hotter climates. Other standout features include a magnificent 64-inch panoramic sunroof that floods the cabin with light, a 50-watt mobile phone wireless fast charging pad with built-in cooling, multicolor ambient interior lighting, and a concert hall-level Sony premium audio system that features a dedicated trunk-mounted subwoofer to deliver incredible sound. Safety and intelligent driver assist. On the safety front, the Jetour T2 is constructed with a high-strength steel cage body structure. It comes heavily loaded with an active Level 2 intelligent driving assistance suite. This includes full-speed adaptive cruise control, traffic jam assist, integrated cruise assistance, blind spot detection, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, forward collision warning, rear cross traffic alert, and advanced emergency braking. But my absolute favorite feature for both tight city parking and technical off-roading is the 540-degree panoramic camera system. Not only do you get a crystal clear 3D view around the car, but it features a dynamic transparent car bottom. This allows you to look right through the chassis of the vehicle on the screen to see exactly where your tires are tracking over rocks, ruts, or parking barriers. Global pricing and variance. So, what does this massive package actually cost? Because this is a global vehicle, pricing shifts based on your local market. If you look at its home market in China, it hits the stage at an unbelievable starting point of around $17,600. However, for the fully loaded global export models, featuring that BorgWarner four-wheel drive system, the heavy-duty 2.0-liter turbo engine, and the premium tech suite, you are looking at a starting retail price of roughly $30,600, which scales up to about $36,100 to $38,500 for the mainstream luxury trim. If you want to go all out on the flagship plug-in hybrid or tech-heavy editions, it tops out just under $45,000. When you look at what you are getting for that price point, the BorgWarner 4WD hardware, the Snapdragon 8155 tech, the premium audio, and that undeniable road presence, it undercuts its direct legacy competitors by tens of thousands of dollars. Final verdict. The Jetour T2 is proof that you no longer have to choose between a hardcore off-road aesthetic and modern daily driver luxury. It gives you the space, the ground clearance, and the intelligent drivetrain needed to confidently tackle weekend adventures without forcing you to suffer through a harsh, unrefined ride during your Monday morning commute. Drop a comment down below and let me know. Would you buy this over a traditional mid-size crossover? Or are you taking this over its close